Well then, back again. Hey, what's happening? Crying out loud. Who comes first? Can't believe it, can you? Anyway, I've been urged by the Stockport fugitive, JB, there in Frengarola, to mention Schofield again. Out of total disgust. He hasn't even watched it. But I have. And to be honest, it's quite a reasonable production. But it's all lies, and you have to remember what went on. Well, McGreevy was born on the 21st of March 96 and was a member of the Two-Face Theatre Company, which was in Guidebridge near Ashton-under-Lyne. I think that's Lancashire. And Schofield became a patron of this theatre group. Now, Matthew McGreevy was only 10. And then through the years, Schofield and McGreevy were tweeting, meeting, and no doubt McGreevy was being groomed by Schofield. And there's loads of dates, and there's a thing, I've got a 13-page document with every diary date. And it's unbelievable, the meetings and what they were saying and this, that and the other, but I'm not going to go into it again. And then had all these connections, and funnily enough, Matthew McGreevy started getting bit parts on children's television, and as we all know, ended up at ITV Studios as a runner. Phil came out with the News of the World because they'd got the story, and they agreed to print everything, all about this, that and the other, but nothing about a relationship with Matthew McGreevy. But Schofield was admitting he was gay, and then it was all over the papers and this, that and the other. And lo and behold, he met with Matthew McGreevy and his legal representatives, and they did a non-disclosure agreement on their relationship, and he gave him 100 grand. Now remember that. Remember his date of birth, and remember the 100 grand for silence. Now, what did he do if he wasn't grooming that kid? Well, fame at last. Good old GMP, eh? Well, Kemmy Badanoch made her speech to be Prime Minister. Or voted in as leader, anyway. And in it, she did very well, really. But in it, she gave GMP a mention, and the child groomers, the Asian Pakistanis in Rochdale and Rotherham, but Rochdale we're concerned with because that's GMP. And she was saying that it's got so bad now, policing, that few here that's been charged, but lots more, and they're not being arrested for racial harmony. They're out of control. They're seeing the victims in the streets, and the victims are seeing them, laughing at them, and they're not being arrested, and they're not being deported. And she's going to find out why if she's given the leadership. So we'll see how that goes. And while she's looking, she might as well look at the Asian Pakistanis that did all the police assaults at Manchester Airport, because they've not been charged yet, and their solicitor, tricky bastard, has complained again. So what's going to happen? There's going to be complaint after complaint about the police, and GMP with Police Commissioner Andy Burnham will decide to take no action for racial harmony. You watch. Don't hold your breath. Any charges? Promise you. In case you don't know, because I've moaned about it enough, I'm in a wheelchair because I've lost a bit of my leg. Right one. So what I decided to do was get some exercises. You can get them on the internet, there's loads of them. So what do? I send for a little course of exercises, and there they are. 2 pages, all nice, sat down, exercising. So that's fair enough, isn't it? But you can tell labouring, can't you? Because I've got an identical set with a black doing the exercises. Now, is that woke or what? For crying out loud. I don't like to brag, but I had a staff of 80. Does that make me a great leader? Well, can't boast about the foreplay. Good grief. Anyway, what I'm talking about is Starmer. A great leader? No, we don't think so now, do we? And look at his kissing. Is that diabolical or what? And then, having considered that in great detail, I've put enough pictures up for it. He has now said that he doesn't like working with women, he prefers men. And my avid followers will remember my relating a story about my prison officer father and strange ways slopping out and rosy cheeks. Has Starmer got those rosy cheeks? Don't like to say, might get myself arrested. Anyway, Starmer's in Brussels. Having given up in America with Biden, having been told to sod off, you're not using our missiles supporting Ukraine, he's never mentioned it again, but he's certainly not taking it on his own to give them authority. Typical. No bollocks. So anyway, he's gone to see the Common Market, Ursula von der Leyen. Well out of his depth, but walking very friendly away from the camera, a nice little shot. But if you'd seen it, and the trouble is there's no photo of it, his lovely free suit looks like the lining is too small for the cloth. And the flap is all wrinkled and up his arse. It's rather plump arse, actually, just to mention the previous number, you know, hey, whoop. Well, having seen Biden saying what's what about Israel and Hezbollah and whoever, and his strong support, he's copied his speech and said it himself. And lo and behold, our Foreign Secretary, Chubby Cheeks Lammy, is also following the same line. Well, when you got Biden writing your speeches, it's time to give up. Noticed you've heard nothing from Martin Hewitt, the border executive commander or whatever he's called, gonna do big things, stopping all the immigrants. Well, how's that going, Martin? Hey? Now you can't move in Kent for 'em. Well, Dixon and Doc Green, night all.